Hey guys, this is Paul Murphy. So in this video, I'm going to talk through how to pre-qualify everyone for your online coaching business. I actually discovered this by accident. So I'm going to talk you through how I kind of set this up, because whether you're sending in free traffic with the methods that I've got, and I'll put the links in the description if you want to find out, we've got a free course. I'll show you exactly how to do it, where you can kind of get everything on Google and YouTube, or you're sending in paid traffic or whatever. Ideally, you want to streamline this because you want to make sure that you're getting on the phone. You don't want to be converting 1 in 5 or 1 in 10 people that you're on the phone, so that you've only got a limited amount of time to work one-to-one with your clients. Obviously, that's not going to be effective for you. What you really want to be doing is converting 1 out of 2. Okay, and very, very few systems out there show you how to do it properly. So I'm going to show you exactly how to configure these steps. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to set up your VSL. Okay, so how to set up basically your sales video sales letter. I'm going to show you how the right time to configure that to, how to set it up, how to configure it so that it's going to filter people to start with, but get the right people, the people that you want to work with on the call. Then I'm going to show you how we're going to set up a paywall. No one else does this, but trust me, this is going to make sure that you're getting the right people on the call, and the right people don't mind paying. Okay, so this is a lot of people think this. I'll show you inside my account. I'll show you all the people that are booking these calls and paying for them, like in the droves, right? Then I'm going to show you this questionnaire that I used, and then you can kind of rework it for your own industry. And then I'm going to show you how we still carry on pre-qualifying afterwards, so that all the traffic we're sending in is filtering so that we're getting 1 out of 2 that we convert, right? So again, I've never really shared this. I've never revealed how to do this. So I'm going to go through this in pretty great detail. So the first thing obviously is that when you start sending traffic in, okay, you're going to obviously have people just booking a call with you. Now that's good to start with, right? I recommend doing that. This is kind of what we call stage 1. So all the traffic you're sending in, we always send in free traffic. If you're doing paid, that's absolutely fine. You want to basically find out who it is who's booking a call with you and start asking questions and understanding who it is. Okay, but once you get past that process, we then need to start pre-qualifying, because we now know who we want to work with. Okay, you can actually get clients doing this, but you will find that you might convert 1 in 10, I think when I first started this, I think I hopped on a call with about 20 people before I got somebody to hire me, right? And we got it down to 1 in 2. So, you know, very few people do this process the right way. And so this is kind of what we're going to do. So the first thing is, I'm going to come out of here, I'm going to show you the VSL, and then I'm going to show you how to do this. Now, you can do this a number of ways. Now, you can either do it via a webinar, or you can do it via where somebody basically lands on a page with a video, right? Both work really well. What we're seeing at the moment and working really well is a shorter video. So if you're doing something for about 20 minutes, that's a bit of a sweet spot at the moment, because people generally don't want to sit through a 2-hour webinar anymore for something where you're going to be hopping on a call with them. And in fact, you don't need that much. My webinars are 2.5 hours for when I'm actually selling on the webinar something at a high ticket, because you need that time to build that know, like, and trust, and actually to really demonstrate your product. But with this, what we want to do this in specific ways so that it's around about 20 minutes, 30 minutes max. Because the idea is that they're going to be booking a call with you and asking all the other questions that they have in their mind. So we want to be inspiring them. We want to be getting them excited. So you want to structure this in a certain way. So the first thing you want to do is you want to basically tackle the pain points that you know they have. So you want to have a list of all your pain points, okay? I generally have about 5, okay? And I want to go through those pain points, and you want to tell a story. So it doesn't have to be your story, but you want to tell a story behind those pain points. So in one of my webinars, I talk about the fact that you need to protect the downside in a business so that you don't go bust, right? So my pain points there are the fact that Facebook ads are really expensive and they burn you out fast. Another one is that Richard Branson started an airline, okay? So he basically managed to start an airline by hiring a jet for the first year instead of betting the farm, okay? So that's obviously tackled the pain point of the fact that he could hand the plane back at the end of the 12 months and not have to, and he could play at aviation, so he cut out all the stress. And then you tackle the pain points, and then you tell stories, and they could be other people's stories, your stories, but you want to basically paint a picture, right? And then you're going to give them the solution by painting a picture. So with Richard Branson, the solution was he hired the plane, right? So you want to basically list out the solutions that are going to solve this, but you don't want to be training them on your processes. You want to be inspiring them, right? You want to be saying this is the pain points, these are solutions. Now the next step is crucial. Okay, this is how you're going to nail this, and you might not get it the first one. You might have to test a few versions of this to get it right, but that's okay. Okay, but what you really want to do is you want to basically list out who you want to work with, who's a good fit, who isn't a good fit. Okay, and I usually start with who's a good fit, and I usually end with who isn't a good fit. Hey, I want to quickly interrupt just to say I really hope you're enjoying this video. If you are, and you want to learn all the strategies that I've got to get this 2 Comma Club award, I'm sharing them all for free on this channel over the next coming months. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified, and then that makes sure that you get notified of all the new content as it comes out. Secondly, if you're enjoying this video, please hit the thumbs up. It will actually help the algorithm. So I'll let you get back to it. Because I want people to basically start filtering themselves away. Simply because when I started working with people, I did have a couple of people I didn't really want to work with. And I didn't know that to start with. I wasn't asking them the right questions. They just decided I was the right person for them. But I hadn't actually decided whether I could help them and whether they would be a good fit. One person knew better than me on the call, right? He knew better than me. Now, if somebody can't be coached, then there's no point in them giving you their money, right? So it's not going to work. If they are not going to basically listen to what you have, then you're not going to get very far with them, and then they're not going to be able to learn anything. So, and I had somebody like that, and it was really, really hard work. And then, it got very sticky, and it wasn't much fun, right? And when I was doing one-to-one coaching, I now coach many through my online courses, but when I was actually just doing one-to-one coaching, I could only work with 1 or 2 people per month. And I was dreading getting on the call with this guy. I really didn't like him. And he didn't like me. and it was one of those weird things, as we were getting on this call. But everybody else I worked with after that was dream client, because we worked out how to do this. So you want to be very, very clear here. You want to start filtering who's a good fit, who isn't a good fit. And the brain will start to think here, like when you're doing this, marketing is all about getting people through the door, right? But it's counterintuitive to this. You want to be starting to think about, I'm happy for people to not come through this door, right? You want to be thinking more like that. And trust me, you will still have loads of people booking calls with you, especially if you use the way I show you, because you can tap into an abundance of traffic, right? But you want to basically make sure that you're not going to enjoy working with them. You don't really want their money. They're probably going to try and refund anyway. You might get a charge back on your credit card. You never know. So you want to be so careful anyway. So this is the time for you to, be brave and just say, look, I know I don't want to work with you. And it's okay to do that, right? So you say who it's a good fit for, list out 5 or 6 reasons who it's not a good fit for. Okay. And then it's a non-pitch webinar, right? So then you say, for those that want to work with me, this is who it's a good fit for. Here's not good fit for. Here's a link. And then you just put a button below this video. This video here, a button will appear after they've watched the video. Now, a couple of things here, which I will point out. So first of all, if you're doing a video, people can see the length of a video, okay? Now, what that does do is that when you send somebody from your traffic source to this video, if you're sending it the way I show you, then it will be highly engaged video. So because people, if you come back to this funnel here, right, this one here, you'll be able to see that people will be building massive know, like, and trust with you. So they will sit through a 20-minute video. If you're sending in paid traffic for this, okay, the best way to do this is actually via a webinar. And it's the same video. You can actually upload it. I use EverWebinar. So you can see here, this is a landing page with EverWebinar. You can use their landing pages. They're really good. So if you're sending in paid traffic to their landing page, you've got to be careful because it might not get approved because you haven't got all the right all the right privacy policies and things like that. So if you're going to do that, use your own landing page and then have it configured with EverWebinar. But I use EverWebinar, and you can see here that people can choose a time slot. Okay, this one here, they can basically put in their email address, register. Let's select a date, okay, and put that in. Okay, how Google are now giving away free unlimited ads, okay? So, and then there's a link to the live, and then that will send them an email, and then they can attend. And you can actually even send them a follow-up sequence and all that funky stuff. So, but I like EverWebinar. Now, let me see if I can show you the link to the live room. Bear with me a sec. So as you can see here, I'm going to turn this the volume down on this, but you can see here, this is the live room. So this is actually a webinar I did with one of my partners, and you can see here, this was actually my webinar, and you can see this is now started, and you cannot pause this now. This is now running, okay? So there's nothing you can do. This will run. And this is the best experience from people who don't know who you are, because when they sign up and they turn up for this, you want them to watch it, okay? And you want them to understand. You don't want to pretend it's live, but the fact is that if they've opted in and they're here, they might as well sit and watch it. And I would tell them how long it is as well if you do it in the webinar format. I'd say that this is literally no longer than 20 minutes. I want to talk you through exactly everything you need to know to get started, right? So, you know, I tell them the time limits on here so that people can expect. And you can also put something in. If they stay to the end, they're going to get something. Okay, that works really well as well. So if you kind of give them something that you're going to get at the end, so you might be giving them a checklist or something that you're going to give them at the end that they're only going to get if they stay live on this webinar. If they stay here, it's going to be dropped in the chat box or something like that. Okay, that works really well as well. So that is how I recommend setting up that part of the funnel. So if we come back to the funnel, that is the VSL. Now, obviously, you might split test a few versions of that, okay? And so what I would recommend is when you create this webinar, you know, maybe just change one or two things in it and split test. You can actually split test the traffic you send, right? Because most funnel builders now allow you to do that. So you can split test page 1 or page 2 or whatever you want to do, right? So the next thing I would recommend is the strategy call. We'll come back to the paywall in just a sec, because I'm going to show you how I configured this inside of Schedule Once. Okay, and the reason I did this inside of Schedule Once is because I could take care of all of this all inside of Schedule Once, right? So I'm going to come back out of here. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to show you. First of all, I'm going to show you the booking. Okay, now I've actually had this switched off for quite a while, because instead of people booking a call with me now to work one-to-one with me, we actually transitioned this into selling online courses. Right, so this hasn't been on, but I just switched it on for you just now, and I want to show you. Look, this is how we charge $100. So you can see here we're charging now. Again, the mind says I can't charge for a strategy call. Everyone else is offering them for free. Okay, but the fact is that if you have created this VSL to inspire them enough that they want to work with you, okay, and if you've done it the way I showed you, where you're sending them to a bunch of free traffic on Google and YouTube and generating all this authority, people, I promise you, they will not have a problem paying this call. If they do, they're not going to be a good fit. Okay, so you know, nobody else does this, but it just works. So you make sure that you charge $100. Now I would start at 50 and then up it to 100, which is what I did. 100 was a sweet spot for me, but I would start with 50. Now this is how I did this in Schedule Once. Let me just show you. You'll love this. So they land on this page. So at the end of the webinar, they get a link and it comes to this page, right? Now, this is where we carry on pre-qualifying them. Now, you can see that they know it's $100. So what you can do, if you haven't put, let me just show you here, basically, when you send them to this page here, you can actually have a video here first that lets them know who's a good fit, who isn't. Now, the way I've done this, let me see if I can find it. I've got it here somewhere. Here it is. So I would have them land on this, and then when they press this, I don't know if it's going to go to, no, because I changed the link, right? So this would end up going to this, okay? So that's how I did this, right? Now you can embed, I've seen people embed the form in the pages and stuff like that. It really doesn't matter. None of this stuff matters, because you're not really trying to get that tiny little bit of optimized conversion. You're actually filtering people at this stage. So you want people to jump through some hoops, really. If they want to work with you, you want them to kind of feel like you're the right fit. And that's how this funnel works. This funnel doesn't work by, making everything super fast and everything like that. It works by you kind of making sure that they're going to be a right fit. So this is the page I used, okay? And all it is it just says to book a breakthrough call, and I have a video. It's a 3-minute video. And again, I explain that we're going to charge $100 for the call. And I will say to them, that we need to free up space. I need to know that they're serious about working with me. Okay, if they're not serious about working with me, come back to this funnel and go through more of these videos, right? Because the fact is that, I've actually given them a free course with all these videos in it. So they can go and check out all the videos. They can go and build more know, like, and trust. And, I'm letting them know, in a nice way, but fairly blunt, that obviously the only people that we want to book a call with me are the people that feel like they're a good fit to work with me, right? And also we want to make sure that we free up the spaces so that other people can get through when they want to book a call, right? And we're going to charge $100. And that does one of two things. It allows me to know that they're serious. And secondly, it allows, and also I do let them know that they're going to get value for that. It's not just $100 paywall. I will hop on a call with them for 45 minutes. I will map out a strategy because it's a strategy call. This is the way we do this. And that we will actually map out a strategy. And if I can't help them, they'll have some value to take away, right? Having said that, if they cancel the call, they don't get a refund, but they can reschedule within 48 hours is what I generally say, because I think life gets in the way. But if they're going to cancel, obviously they won't get a refund. And this is the video I did, and you can see here this chair doesn't even exist anymore. But this is the video I did, and absolutely killed it, absolutely crushed it. So that is how I would set that up, and then they're going to come to here. Now I'm going to show you my actual strategy call. I'm going to talk you through it. So there's they're under no doubt here. Now, the reason I use Schedule Once is because you can set up your PayPal inside of Schedule Once, and it's going to charge them inside of Schedule Once. Now, you can do this with your own funnel building software. You can actually take the payment first and then get them to schedule. But the reason I do it this way is because people are going to come to the questionnaire first. They're going to choose a time slot. So let me just go in and see if there's any time slots. There probably isn't. Oh, there is. Okay. Right. And then we're going to go continue. Now, before they even give me the money, they're going to be pre-qualifying themselves with this questionnaire. So it still says that the price is, so they know that they're going to pay $100 if they're going to go any further, which is great. This is why I love this. And you can see here that we've got a bunch of questions. Now, I'm just going to have to cough, excuse me. So I asked full name, best email, and then obviously we talk about, I actually would now just do everything on Zoom. Nobody really does anything on Skype anymore. But when I was doing this, I was offering Skype or Zoom. So now I would probably just remove Skype and just do Zoom. Everyone's used to using Zoom. This was before Zoom became massive, right? This was before then. Okay. And again, I would give them an option of audio or video. And that way, when you hop on the call, if you're going to be on video and they're going to be on audio, it might make it a bit awkward, right? So I give them that option because some people are not going to be available. I also say as well, when I'm pre-qualifying, I would also say, please don't be in a car or anything like that, because obviously we'll end the call because people get distracted. You want to make sure that they're in a room. Okay. How did you hear about us? What do you feel is your biggest obstacle so far? So, you're looking for people that are going to fill this out and actually spend some time with this, because that gives you an indication of if they're a good fit, right? How long have you been using online marketing to grow your business, and what have you tried? If they just put stuff, right, or 1 year, not much, things like that, kind of a bit of a red flag, because I'm thinking to myself, well, that they are not really that bothered about. They just want to get past this process and get on the call with me, but they're not really that bothered, right? So I'm looking for people who are kind of, and this, by the way, if people are doing this and you're not getting very good applications, that's when you need to go back and make your VSL better, right? Your VSL's got to be really talking to their pain points and really making it clear that you're the right person, right? And then what's your biggest obstacle? How long have you been using? And then obviously, how would you use free traffic? What is your target monthly profit, right? Why do you feel this is the right fit for your business? Now, this is key, okay? People just think, not sure yet. Right? And that's an instant disqualification, because if they're not sure, they shouldn't be at this stage, because every step of the stage so far has made it very aware that they should be the right fit, right? So this is key. And this one here is, right now, I fully understand that unlimited free traffic on Google and YouTube will save me a fortune in all future marketing advertising costs. I'm prepared to invest in this golden opportunity. I need more convincing that this is right for me. Automatic cancellation. Okay, so nobody's going to click that, but what this is going to do, okay, because obviously they know it's going to get cancelled anyway, and they're not going to give you $100 and then get cancelled. This is going to basically get people to exit here, right? And this is great. 1 in 5 of people might exit, or 2 in 5 of people might exit here, But this is great because that means you don't have to waste your time on a call with them, right? And on a scale of 1 to 10, I just put this as a bit of fun at the end. Now, obviously this is going to be slightly different, but you want to be putting questions like this inside your questionnaire because you want to be pre-qualifying people as you go through. Right, so I've just filled this out and hopefully this will take us through to the next stage. So that's why I love Schedule Once, by the way. It's just so that you can kind of get the questionnaire, get people pre-qualifying before they give you money. Then you press next, okay, and it's going to basically ask for the payment, right? And they can pay, I think they can pay with debit card or PayPal. Really good. Okay, and then once they've done that, okay, they're going to land on a page. Now, the page that I've got for this, bear with me a sec. Right, so this is the page that they'll land on, okay? And again, I'm still pre-qualifying. So what I say in this page is that we will review the application. Their time slot is booked and they should assume, unless they hear otherwise, that we will be there on time, and obviously let them know as well to be in a quiet place, make sure that they've got no distractions. If they are likely to reschedule the call within 48 hours. And then obviously I say, I get them excited as well. I say, look, this is going to be an exciting time if we decide to work together. So bring a pen and paper, be prepared. We'll go through, we'll do a full strategy call. I get them excited, but I also want to pre-qualify. I want to say, look, this is going to be exciting time for us. But having said that, you do need to be aware that we will have to still verify this application, and when we go through it, we'll basically make sure that you've answered the questions in the right manner, and we know we're a good fit. Otherwise, we'll just let you know, and it'll be nice, nice and friendly. But we're still pre-qualifying, right? And then obviously, if they are not a good fit, they've paid for the call. Obviously, we refund the money, right? I don't obviously take their money if they've filled out the form and we know they're not a good fit. I would then refund the money, and you can even set up. I think you can set up a cancellation email in Schedule Once, so that if you do cancel it, you can actually pre-write it so it says it all nice, like, we have reviewed your application, thank you so much. We do realise, looking at your application, that you at this time you'd not be a great fit to working together, and we don't feel like we'd be able to fully help you and give you the support you need. And then you can give them access to some resources you have if you want to point them in a different direction. And then you can literally just press cancel the call in Schedule Once, and it will send them that email, that pre-configured email. Pretty cool. And also you can refund the money as well. You can do that all within Schedule Once. So that is kind of pretty much how I go through pre-qualifying. And the key takeaway from this, I would say, is obviously don't be afraid to pre-qualify. Don't just try and get everybody in the door, because obviously when you're running your coaching business, it's going to be difficult for you to be able to put your time in lots of different places. Getting it streamlined means that you can obviously hire more people, you can send more traffic in. You can, if you get 1 in 2 people here and you've got, a team of 3 or 4 people doing coaches, you can get to high 7 figures a year very, very fast doing it this way. So this is why I recommend doing this. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell. And in the next video, I'm going to be showing you how to configure the opt-in and the bridge page so that you can make sure that all the traffic comes in, gives you a valid, real email address that they are going to get opened. And also how this bridge page is going to make sure that everything gets opened in your funnel. So I'll see you in this video right here now.